Hello, starting stream. Hello. We are going to be doing something blue. I gave James a couple of options of color families, and he decided something in this kind of range. We have some Olive and June polishes. This one's called CNH. This one is OMG. We have this Orosa polish called Midnight. Essie Infinity Cool. Zoya Brett. And this one is Cirque Colors Hudson. This is the only one that I've worn before. These other ones are new, little dudes. Let me make sure that this ring is in a safe place because I don't want to spill acetone on it. Okay, so I have a few ideas nail art wise for what to do with these. I'm thinking that I might do a dotacure of some variety, or I might do, I have little swatch dealy bobber over here and some cotton rounds because I was just taking off my old polish. Use this color, which is the darkest, as like a line art over these and have like a skittle kind of a deal with each nail, one of these other bluish colors. I don't know what design I want to do with the dark blue. I've got a couple of different ideas, but I haven't gotten to like my decision. So if you have any ideas, feel free to say so. And right now I'm going to put on base coat and the base colors and stuff, and we'll kind of decide along the way. Let's see, I'm going to use Glisten and Glow base coat today. This is my favorite. It's got a brand new brush in it too, which is nice. I must not have had the lid on this matte top coat screwed on all the way, by the way, because it had gone completely dry. I added some thinner in there to reconstitute it, but it's still a little bit sluggish, so we're not going to matte anything today because my matte top coat over there is empty, and I was going to refill it, and then my refill was dry, so we're going to be glossy. But first, we're going to be colorful. I'm thinking swoopy lines are in. I just did a green, sort of a swoopy line thing the other day. We could do like stars. We could do some kind of linear floral outline kind of a deal, or leaf outline kind of a deal. We could do like, you know, like when you try to draw a thing with one line. We could do that for something. Pick a theme and do some accents in that kind of an idea. We could do, I was in the mood for plaid the other day. Maybe we could do a plaid. I don't know if these stamp though. And I would want a little bit more contrast than some of these colors have if I'm going to use all of them. We'll save the plaid for another day. We could do like vertical stripes. I just did a couple of dry brush vertical things, not on stream, but just, you know, as manicures. And the vertical stripey-ishness of them, I'm kind of not necessarily leaning toward that super strongly. Because I just did some of those. Make sure you can see my other hand. I ordered a new mic, by the way, and it was supposed to get here yesterday, so that annoying noise that happens when I move my camera doesn't happen anymore. However, it is late. It was supposed to arrive yesterday and it's still not here. If it doesn't arrive tomorrow, I get to tell Amazon, give me my money back, and then order it again. But, you know, all I can do is use what I got in the meanwhile. The skin around my nails is pretty dry right now. I need to cuticle oil it. I did some good exfoliation on Sunday, maybe, or Saturday night. But obviously skin grows. We got some little dry dudes that could use a scrubbing, but we'll do that later. After my polish is dry. My big cat's sitting here on the pillow here. Let's give you cat cam. She is putting her face over my computer tray here. Owning my pens. I've got this song stuck in my head that James started singing the other day. And I started like singing the tune along with him. I don't know the words, but I was like humming it, you know? And he was like, wait, you know that song? I was like, I guess I do. I don't know what song it is though. I just kind of picked it up by osmosis. It's a BTS song. The big one of the moment, I think, right? Called Dynamite. Is that what it's called? Anyway, got it running through my brain right now. While I'm doing this base coat. That's one of the funny things about, I think, just my particular idiosyncratic experience on Tumblr. Anybody who has Tumblr knows that Tumblr gives you like recommended posts where it's like, I think you'll like this, and then like put it into your feed. And like they'll also put like things from tags that you follow and stuff, but I follow no tags related to Korean pop music. And yet all, like, I don't know, like at least 60%, if not more, of the recommended posts are BTS like fan posts. And I had not ever consciously listened to their music. I had never even Googled them. And every time a post like that came up, I would click the like, no, go away, I hate this post. I'm gonna take that off and do it again because it got kind of dry when I was trying to fix that bare patch. And yet it keeps insisting on recommending them to me. So then when I heard this song, right, and found out that it was actually a BTS song, I was like, oh, I actually have something to associate with this now, rather than Tumblr being annoying to me. Because even if I liked their music, I could not care less who looked at who with what kind of facial expression in their photo shoots. Or whatever kind of crazy fan whatever. Okay. There we go. Base coat done. We need to decide which nails are getting which things. I'm not going to do a straight gradient because they don't gradiate straight into each other. But I know that I want to balance between light and dark, so this is going to be for the top. Oh, hey, whoa, everybody. Hello. Thank you for the raid, Colette. How was your game? By the way, when I got on, it said that you were playing Beauty and Body Art. Just so you know. If you need to change the tag or something for your video sorting. Somehow. Whatever. We got the big cat over here taking a little nappy with her sweet little ears. And we're going to do something blue. Cozy Gifts. Lilac Lily. That's a nice name. And of course everybody else. Welcome. So we're going to do Skittle with these kind of purpley blue colors. And then we're going to be doing a something over the top with this darker purpley blue color. Oh, that's funky. Okay, well. Okay, well. Must be weird on my end then. Okay, bear yourselves. There's going to be a weird camera noise. There we go. I was just saying before you guys arrived that I got a new microphone, but it's not here yet. It was supposed to come yesterday, and it didn't. So you have to deal with the grindy noise when I move the camera until it comes. Yes. I'm glad that you were enjoying it. That elbow thing sounds absolutely miserable. Anytime there's just something constant in the background that's just like drawing your attention to it, it's no fun. Okay. We're starting with the lightest kind of periwinkle color here on the thumb. Yeah. I am sorry. This one is CNH from Olive in June. Okay, just for kicks, we'll do the other Olive in June on the next one. Yeah, okay. There we go. That's better. This other Olive in June one is called OMG. And this is Ember. She's a sweetie sweet. And she does not deserve any of the crazy. She deserves all of the wholesome, appropriate love. She was playing with a little fish toy earlier today, being the cuties. Okay, yeah, you're smart. Okay, this one is Essie Infinity Cool. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. I love the new Essie brush. This is the new color from their spring collection, and oh, look at that formula. That is absolutely lovely. That's one and done. Smooth and glassy. It's not really an ombre. It's gonna be Skittleish, so not necessarily going toward light or dark in any particular direction, because I have a few that are very similar in value, but have slightly different undertones. Like one is slightly more purpley and one is slightly more blue. So I'm going to be doing kind of a skittle of those, and then the darkest one, I'm going to be doing some line art over the top. Seriously? Crazy people, man. Okay, next one is Cirque Colors Hudson. I guess. Alt accounts and crap, man. I hope. And not that there's multiple crazy people. Oh, she's snoring. Can you hear her? Oh my goodness, she's making the cutest little noise. Okay. I have two cats. This one is Ember, and then I have a black and white tuxedo named Char. But like 95% of the time they go by Big Cat and Little Cat. This being Big Cat. Okay. All of these so far have had relatively opaque formulas. This one, the OMG one, is the sheerest. And then this is Brett from Zoya. The only one that I have already tried before is Hudson. The rest of these are first go. So this is a little bit of a comparison manicure too, I guess. We're going to switch up the order of the Skittle on the other hand. Okay, so of these five, this one from Essie and this one from Zoya are the most similar. This one needs a second coat, but Essie Infinity Cool and Zoya Brett. Infinity Cool has slightly less purple in the undertone, and Brett has slightly more purple, and it's slightly dustier. This one is going to get darker, this OMG, on the second coat, and I think it's going to be closer to Brett once it has the second coat, and then we'll kind of look and see what they're looking like. So we're going to do the other hand before we come back for the second coat over here. So the balance of color, we got lighter here and lighter here. So I'm going to do the same thing on this hand. We're going to have lighter here and lighter here. We're going to flip them, right? So we'll do Cirque Hudson on the thumb. But before we do that, we have to move the camera. Pardon the noise. New microphone, come quickly. This thumb, I always, well, not always, twice in my whole life have I successfully painted this nail without running into the cuticle. It's just something about the angle with my offhand. Every single time. The far left side of my thumb and the far left side of my ring finger on this hand too. When I'm painting this side and this side, I always run into those two. Every single time. I like the cat emojis. They're good. They're good. Get some of this out of my cuticle before it dries. None of these blues have that skunky thing that some blues do, by the way, if anyone was curious. They must not use that particular blue pigment or not enough of that blue pigment to do so. Okay, that's better. So you can see these are two, like this one is very slightly darker, I think. But the undertone is different. This one is more purpley and this one is more blue. And then let's do the Essie on the index finger. Right up into the cuticle. Line. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the follow. I've been doing all of my streaming for, well, I guess it's not really streaming. It's Zoom live videoing for work in this corner. So you can't see my polished stuff in the background right now, but it's like at this angle, right? So you can see my polished shelves in the background a little bit. Oh, nighty night. Have a good night. Sleep tight. I had one mom who was like, I can't help but notice your polish in the background. I know you told me that you have a collection, but you have a collection. I was like, that's not even all of it. I have 2 Helmers and 2 rotating racks and stuff on the walls that you can't see. Oh boy. She always used to like ask me to show her what was on my nails every week when we were in the office. Now that we're on Zoom, it's kind of hard for her to see it because for some reason Zoom doesn't let you adjust the camera settings and like the focus and stuff as well as OBS does. Yes, the organization. Anyway, it's hard to show her the more intricate stuff. I got a little bit right in there. I'm gonna have to get it later with a toothpick, I think, because it's down in a tiny crevice. I'm not gonna be able to get it out. Okay, and then we're gonna do decisions. Let's do Brett next. We're gonna make sure we're getting this cuticle up our way. I have a bunch of Z wide brushes that I got for free as like a perk or whatever with an order, and I just have not put them in any of my Zoya bottles yet. I want to go through and like figure out which ones need it the most to help with even coats. Like I know I'm going to put one in Jacqueline because Jacqueline is sheer and finicky. And I know I'm going to probably put one in Flowy, I think it's called. It's like a kind of a caramelly light brown color that wants to be streaky occasionally when you're applying it. Ooh, I did not get close enough on this side. I'm gonna add a little bit of polish right there. That is too much polish. Hello. Oh no. There we go. I stroked through it. I saved it. Okay, okay. Let me add another little right there where I dinged it to so that it's dry by the time we come back for the second coat. And then, so then we need the other CNH. Yes, CNH. on the ring finger. This is a nice brush too. It's very similar to the Essie brush. I wonder if it's the same actually. Can I get away with not flooding the sidewall this time? Oh, look guys, I did it! Yay! Now the question is, can I do it on the second coat too? That is the question. Looking good, looking good. Come on. There. And then this one is going to be OMG. And like I said, this is the most sheer of the 5. Pretty clearly. But I think it'll be good on the second coat based on my swatch sticks earlier. I occasionally will think about it when it's really crappy. Like if it's real thin and annoying, like thin and stiff and hard to like fan out on the nail and you just got to do a bunch of piddly little strokes, I will notice it then too. There you go. So you can see that the balance looks, you know, vibes are the same even though they're in different places. So now we're going to come back to the other hand and do the second coat, starting with CNH on the thumb. I am happy that more people are doing the wide brush now because I am more often having the experience of, ooh, I love this brush. It's nice. Oh, I didn't move the camera. Can you guys see? Hang on. Ah! Apply, apply, apply. Quickly, quickly. Okay. Yeah, you couldn't see that. Sorry. Exactly. You are a genius. And it helps with the cuticle line. Way less cleanup if it's got like a curved edge. Oh, okay, good. See, like, there's very little cleanup to do on this nail because it lined up with the curvy, the organic curvature of my natural nail. Okay, enough of that. Let's do a second coat on this one here. This is Infinity Cool, which is, like I said, from their spring polishes that just came out. The color that I'm the most excited about from their spring polishes is a color called Cacti on the Prize, which is there are some let me finish my thought and then I'll say what I was about to interrupt myself with. Cacti on the Prize, I think, is going to be the perfect color to finish a green ombre across the multiple nails from dark to light with olive greens. I think it's going to be the lightest one that I've been looking for like 3 years. But I have to like go through and find all of the olive greens to perfectly do the ombre before I do that. So that's probably going to be next after this one. And then the second thought that I had was there are some Sally Hansen Insta-Dry, I think, ones. Like the trying to remember what set they were from. That I was watching a review of it, and they have a wide brush, but it is squared off. Was it the Crayola ones? I feel like it was not the Crayola ones, or maybe the second set of the Crayola ones. I don't know, it's just like the worst idea. Because then you have no nuance to control the giant square corners. Whereas if it's wide and curved, it just like goes in there so nice. And then Zoya Brett over here. I guess, you know, you could like cut curves into it yourself after you purchase it. If you have like nail scissors and you really want it to be curvy. Look at that, that's very nice. All of these formulas are quite luscious. I've got to say, I am having a wonderful time polishing the nailies. Alright, and then on this hand we had Hudson on the thumb. I like this. Mellow Mood. Thank you for picking this color palette, James. Alright. Bring you back over here. And try not to smash into the cuticle this time. On the second coat, I don't do it as often, and I think it's because having the first coat gives me like a visual boundary. I don't know why that helps. Because it's the same freaking fine motor control controlling the brush. And you think the cuticle itself would be a visible visual boundary, but it helps. There we go. I am going to have to go across that to even up the line because it got a little bit wobbly. But, you know, it's better than having to dig it out of cuticle skin. Or, you know. The proximal nail fold, as it is actually called. Colors. But yeah. I mean, it sticks better to base coat than to nothing. But still. Okay, so then this is the Essie. These are not dupes. I can definitely tell the difference. Even though they are quite obviously in the same color family. Ugh, lusciousness. Lusciousness. Get in there and clean it up. Normally, I prefer to do my cleanup after the polish is dried, but with dark colors, like some of these blues, if you get it while it's wet, it's going to be easier to get out than if it dries in there. I have a lot of vocal fry going on tonight. Can you guys hear that? All of the in the back of my voice. Alright, let's close this so we don't knock it over. Let's close this so we don't knock it over. And then we need Brett. Again, very carefully. Oh, don't drip. I'm glad I saw that. It was going... You know how if you have too much polish on the stem of your brush and your brush is angled this way, it drips toward the brush? Well, if it's angled the other way, it drips toward the handle and then down off of the stem of the brush onto things below it, like this pillow that I don't want to get polish all over. So, you know, darn it, I hit my side wall. Harg. That could be an IKEA product. Hurg. H-U-R-G-G. H-Y-U-R-G-G. Hurg. It's a bunk bed. Made of metal tubing. Painted in fun primary colors with wooden slats under the mattress. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You can customize it with an initial on the headboard if you order online, but it's not available in stores. Okay. Yeah, those two are pretty close. You can see that the Essie is a little darker. The Zoya is a little bit more dusty. But they are definitely in a similar mood. This is not as dark as Booties on Broadway, which is another navy sort of color that I have from Essie. That's real dark, and I like this tone a little bit better personally. I like that one too, but this one is more obviously blue and not confusable with black. Okay. CNH. Let's see if I can not hit the sidewall on this one. Get out of here, Fuzzy. You're not welcome. I'm holding my breath. Ha-ha! I did it. That's good stuff. You know when you set like tiny personal goals that don't really matter and then you achieve them? Yeah. Okay. Let's close these. I don't understand why she's headbutting my computer tray lately. It's like she thinks it's so comfy to smush her face into it. Okay, and then let's make sure that this cuticle is not trying to sneak up on the nail. And not flood the cuticle. Okay. That's all right. There's a little bit on the side here that needs some polish. Okay. Yeah. No, of course not. There's got to be a term in some language for it, right? Maybe not in English, but somewhere in the world someone has a word for that feeling. Okay. So then we have Orosa. I closed that slightly too soon because I hit my nail against this little wire over here, and I need to put a tiny little doot right there where I smudged it slightly. There. Okay. So this is Orosa Midnight, which is getting totally washed out. There we go. You can see the name. We're going to do something line art related with this. I'm going to be using my Orly brushes. Let's see. Where is the striper? Here we go. I got these for Christmas, and they are in like a stainless steel thing, and they are very nice and fine. This is the striper. There's also a short detail brush and a long detail brush, and they don't get acetone all over your acetone mixed with paint all over your fingers if you accidentally dip them too far into the acetone. So, you know, they're great. Let's get a little lid here for a palette. Put some polish on here. It is it's not the thinnest striper I have. I have a super thin striper that I got from some random somewhere Amazon something at some point that doesn't have a brand on it, and I want to like recommend it to people, but I can't because I can't find the listing or the order anywhere in my history, and it doesn't have any identifying information on it. So we need to decide what I'm painting on these nails with this color. What do you think? I was floating curvy lines the other day. I was also floating, or not the other day, earlier in this stream, leaf kind of outlines, floral kind of outlines, stars. I just now thought of hearts because Valentine's Day is approaching. We could do just curvy swirlies that are less like squiggly and more like, what's the word? Filigree-ish. Do. I also need to decide if I'm doing all of the nails or just some of the nails. I'm leaning toward doing these 3 nails only on each hand and leaving these 2. Decisions. Filigree. I did a filigree design with that raised sort of applique looking matte and glossy design with the yellow and the green and the blue a little bit ago, and that was fun, but it also took forever, and I don't have that long before I need to go to bed, so I think I'm gonna not do the filigree. Sorry. It does sound fun. I think I'm gonna do little moons and stars. I might get a lighter color out too. Maybe. I was debating with including this color from the new OPI spring collection called Oh, You Sing, Dance, Act, and Produce. And it's slightly purplier than everything else that I have. So if I do this dark color and this slightly more purpley color together for the stars and moons and things, it could be cute. Let's do that. Okay. We're going to start with a moon. And we're going to do it here. So we're going to go a little curve. Then we're going to go and make him fatter. Okay. Sorry that I have a little phone clip thing attached to my ring light. And it was in exactly the wrong place to bang in the back end of my brush. Okay, enjoy your foods. I hope your elbow feels better soon-ish. I couldn't remember when I posted the movie thing in Discord which movie we were talking about the other day, but I think we should do that. It sounds like fun to watch a movie all together somehow, like on Discord or whatever, or through one of those other suggestions in that article. Okay, let's get this on again. These Orosa polishes dry really quickly, which is very nice, but when you're painting, it's kind of not an advantage to put out too much on your palette at once, which I forgot when I was starting painting here just now. Okay, so then we're going to remember the rule of don't put a star inside the moon, because there aren't any stars inside the moon, and you're just going to look like an idiot. This star is slightly crooked. Sorry, I need to get it closer to my face. I'm going to adjust by adding some more of the base color on the other side to make it thinner. Because I did the first line angled when I shouldn't have. Oh no, that's the wrong color. That's the color I used on my accent nail on my other hand. Well, let's cover all that up with this one. Goodness gracious me. Keep it together. Keep track of things. Okay. That's better. Gracious. You can see. There it is. I had some littler star dudes down here. This big one I want to have some more rays. Rail thin. All right. This one down here is slightly crooked too. It's a good thing I'm going in, making that middle part. There we go. And then I can trim up the end again. Make it slightly thinner in a more straight way. That's all I'm going to do for big stars. I think I want some littler dotted sort of stars. So we're going to use the very tip of this. And we're going to dot, 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 dot. Let's I don't have a dotting tool quite as small as I want, but I left a little tail on a couple of these, so I'm actually gonna just go back over that. Make sure that they are round. And then we're gonna go in, because stars are not just singletons, so we're gonna add a little bit of like clustering, I guess is the right word for that. But we're gonna use a dotting tool so that it's slightly bigger. I want my little bitty dotting tool. Bigger than the tiny brush, but still a little bitty. Here it is. It's got this little end. It's not even fully like a sphere. It's more elongated. So we're gonna do slightly bigger dots. And that one just needs to be bigger by itself. And that one too. Okay. That's pretty cute. Little stars and moons. Sort of a deal. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. Now we're going to use the lighter color and just do stars on the other nails. These two. Oh, great. There was still polish on there. I got it on my fingers. Too funny. Okay, so we want to use this OPI. Oh, you sing, dance, act, and produce. Which is a little bit purplier. I feel like we need to do some of both colors on all of the nails, but I don't know quite how that's gonna go. Let's try it, and if we hate it, we can go back over it with the base color again. I'm going to use the dotting tool. Okay. Okay, that adds a little bit more kind of dottiness to it. Let's do some of the lighter color on the other nails with the brush first. Some of the bigger stars, right? So here we want it to be very thin, so we're going to stroke through and we are going to add the polish. There we go. Okay, there's the little star dude. That cat just made the worst noise. Did you hear her? She went. That needs a little bit of an eraser on the side. That is Brett on this hand. Sorry, I've got to get it a funky angle to see that. There we go. Okay, so then we want the dotting tool. I think we're just going to use the dotting tool rather than trying to do the teeny tiny stars with the brush, because you can do teeny tiny ones with the dotting tool too. It just takes a little bit more of a gentle pressure, like right here. See, that's pretty teeny tiny. And then 1, 2, 3. That one needs to be bigger. 4. And then there. Okay, we're going to add those darker stars on that nail too, of course. Let's do it right now. We'll get the balance of the nail. But we have, ooh, oh no, my camera settings are covering up your name. Benjamin, thank you. I think that's what it said. Thank you for the follow. Let's fix that focus then. Why don't we? There, that's better. Okay. Park Yunman, thank you for the follow too. So we're looking for dark dots here. We got that one. And we got a little one up here. And I feel like we need one down here. That looks pretty good. Maybe one more little one. Itsy bitsy teeny tiny. Over on this side. Eensy weensy. Okay. When you guys see macro shots of these on Instagram, then you'll know. You'll know where they all are. You'll be able to see them a little bit better. I am liking the dark and light mix. I think that it's tying together the dark and light. Thank you. It's very nice of you. Okay, let's move on to this middle nail. We're going to do the same daily bob where we use a lighter color for the majority of the stars on it. And we're going to start with the brush. And we're going to do the bigger star up here on the right. And we're going to make sure it's straight. Right? Right. Oh well, I missed the bottom part. It kind of gave me a funky looking tail, so we're going to have to straighten that with some more of the base color. But that's okay. No worries. Thank you. Good to see you, tomboy. Sparkly. We're gonna do crossways. And then, see, that's crooked too. You know what? We're gonna fix that base color first. Takes practice. Essie, Infinity Cool. Let's get rid of some of this and some of this. Bring it in a little bit thinner. It's the corset for this star. Needs a little bit of a waist cinch. Is there such a thing as a butt corset? I don't know if there is, but it needs its little booty curtailed too. This star here with its tail. Okay, we're gonna have to lengthen the little legs on this guy again after I come in here and trim off all the edges. Sorry if that's out of frame. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other star on this nail while that dries around there, and then we'll come back in and lengthen it again. Okay, so we're gonna get real fun, and we're actually gonna do 2 of these bigger stars on my middle nail because my middle nail is slightly wider, and I can handle it. Okay, those are not bad, but they do need their tails thinned a little bit. And that one, of course, needs to be made longer and taller. Let's see. I did the different colors on different nails. Yeah, wouldn't it be though? I know they have fake booty enhancers, like booty pads that you put on to make it look like you got a tuchus. But I don't know if they have the other. I mean, like Shaper Mint and stuff, but that's mostly their tout like tummy control. I think people would rather have a big booty than a big tummy. Like if you've got to prioritize, I guess. Okay, that's better on that one. I feel like this one needs to be a little bit less wide. So I'm going to add a little bit more height back to it with the lighter color. That's true. Indeed they do. I saw calf enhancer pads that you're supposed to put inside of your stockings to make it look like you've got better toned calves. It was an Instagram ad. I was like, who would buy this? And then I was like, I'm sure there's someone. I'm sure there is someone who would buy this. I cannot see it convincing anyone in real life, but maybe in a photo? I don't know. Depressing. Maybe actors who are trying to like play a physique or something. I don't know. Okay, that doesn't look too shabby. I'm gonna add some more. They did? Oh boy. Oh my goodness. If you put a link in chat, I'll look at it later. Oh, I know. So stupid. I got a big old blob in between the branches on this star. It makes me want to go in between it, so I'm gonna. Oh my goodness, what a big dripple droople. It's way more than I needed. Excellent. Okay, those big stars are done. And then we are going to be doing little stars with the dotting tool, which is here. Bloop, 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 bloop. And we're going to go right here. And we're going to go right here. And on this side, we're going to do 3 together. That's starting to dry. Be careful. Just a little one. Okay, and then we're going to do a bigger one up here. And 1, 2, 3, like that. Then we're going to come back in with some darks in between them. Thank you. JJ is not. What are you not? Okay, so then we need some more of the dark. And we're going to go in and accent some of these stars. So we have how many on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the little pinky. This is slightly darker, so the dark's not going to show up quite as much, but that's okay. We're going to do 1 right here. Bloop. And 1, 2. The key with stars when you're doing star alignments, you have to think like constellations. Yeah, that's right. JJ is not wearing calf enhancing pads. Yeah. Okay. When you're thinking about stars, you have to think about when you look at a constellation, like the angles that you see between the clusters of stars. because that's going to make it look more organic and less like you were trying to draw stars, if that makes sense. It's going to look... Oh, that was the base color. Good job, Gloria. We want the darker blue. One more. There we go. There's that nail done. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So I think that that is that hand done. I just need to put on top coat. I might want to shorten the legs on this guy. Let's do the other hand and come back and decide. Decisions. Okay. Isn't she though? She's very cute and very sweet. Her name is Ember. She likes to sit with me. You sleepy? Oh yes. What a good girl. She's a good girl. Oh, bath time. Okay, so we're going to do the same through nails on this hand. Using the dark color primarily with light accents, and then the light color primarily with dark accents. The dark color that we're using is Orosa Midnight. So let's get another little fresh puddle of that. The key with super thin line work too is making sure that your puddle of polish is not sitting there for too long, because then you'll get gluck up in your brush instead of smooth swipey polish. Okay, so we need to decide which way we want the moon to go. I want it to face the opposite direction, but I also don't want it on the same place on the nail. But I want it to be facing into the nail, which means that we're going to be putting it on this bottom corner. I feel like if it was facing toward the edge of the nail, that would feel like closed off in a weird way, because you can't put stars inside of the open space in the moon, because there's moon there. It's just illuminated by the sun slash a shadow, depending on what vision. Like, if it's blending in with the dark of the night around it, I guess that part is the shadow, right? And this is the shiny part. But there aren't any stars shining through the dark shadow part. So I can't... If I put it against the nail going this way, it would leave like an empty spot that was also separated from the rest of the stars on the nail. And I don't like that. So we're going to do it on this side. Left-handed. Okay. And then right here. Okay, that's a little bit smaller, but that's okay. We can make it slightly bigger. And this is what base color cleanup is for. I wanted it to angle up a little bit more, but that's not bad. Okay. So we're going to go up a little bit, and we're going to go up a little bit, right? And then we can carve out that corner again and have the moon facing that way. I paint with both hands all the time, but I always get just a touch more like when I'm going to use my left hand. And I sometimes hold my breath when I'm doing it. So if you hear me go quiet, that's why. And that's what the background polish is for, going back in and cleaning up. Okay, so that's going to be the outside edge of the moon, so I need to make it a little smoother. You see how I'm stabilizing my hands against each other too? if I can bring that into camera. This hand is braced, right? So I've got thumb, bracing finger, and then right here it's braced, and then right here it's braced. So I've got a lot more control with this part of my finger. Yeah, it's fun. I can't really write very well with my left hand. I practiced for a little while last year. But you can tell that it's my left hand. It's a little wobbly, and I can only do it slowly, like I'm doing this, right? Oh no, I got an extra blob on the top part. I guess that's gonna be a star later. We'll make it rounder. Oh my goodness. Okay. So where did I put the fresh blob? There it is. Okay, I was dipping back into the old blob and getting gook in my brush. Okay. That's not too bad. I am going to go right around that edge with the lighter color when I'm done. Let's do the inside part. Let's get a puddle over here where it's not next to anybody and contiguously thickening it. Okay, that's a pretty good taper there. We're going to pull this up and around. Okay, we definitely need to go back around that with the base color. This needs to be carved out a little bit. This needs to be pushed in a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm hitting the camera and I know that's making a sound. Yeah, you know what? My handwriting with my dominant hand is also not that great, so I just go too fast. I go faster than, like, I'm trying to keep up with my thoughts. I don't want to, like, sit there waiting for myself to write. That just is annoying. You know, like when you have to wait for someone else to write, except you're waiting for yourself. Okay, so let's go around the bottom. And this top edge, nice and smooth, and then right in here we're gonna go. I was saying earlier, I have a new mic on the way, but it's not here yet. In the future, when I accidentally bump my brush into the camera, it won't make a noise because it won't have touched the microphone. I mean, it'll make a noise, like I'll be able to hear it, but it won't, like, be annoying. See? Much sharper, much crisper. It's not a recliner. It's a big, squishy armchair that I got at Goodwill for $35 a couple of years ago. It's just a big square. Oh, the cat's gone. Let's give you an angle on me. Hi! It's like a big square recliner. It's kind of the same color as my shirt, slightly more brownish. And I have my nail desk. I had this, it's made of wood with a coating on it that's acetone resistant, like a shellac sort of, not shellac, that's the wrong word, but like epoxy coating. I had it measured so that it fits over the arm of the chair, and then I've got my silicone mat on it and stuff, and I sit sideways in it. So this is the arm of the chair back behind me. This is the arm of the chair in front of me, and then I've got the side of the back of the chair over here on my right, and with my laptop on a little tray sitting on the back of it because it's thick. Yeah, I'm glad you got to catch it too. Okay, this is now in my face. Let's bring everybody back around. Oh, no. The base color is basically dry. I can touch it. Ooh, look, I banged it into light. Nothing bad happened either. That's because I'm taking so long to paint these details. But that's okay. Okay, so let's get this midnight out again. This is now in the way. And then we're going to paint some stars. Okay. Real thin, just a real light little doodly bobber. We're going to put a big star up on this side. Make it straight. That'll be the middle of the star, huh? I don't think I'm actually going to have to erase any of that. I just have to make it a little bit of a smoother transition into that thicker middle part. Am I in frame? There we go. And the beauty of quick dry top coat will also make sure that I will be good to go after I'm done. Real quick. Okay, we got really thin little crossways lines. The problem is when I go this way, I run my brush into my side wall. Okay. That's good. And then going the other way. Real thin. These Orly brushes are lovely for itsy beatsy lines. If I can get them where I want to be. I think she left to go eat. Sparkly. She said she was hungry. There we go. I am going to have to go in between there now. Bleh. Okay, so this is this. CNH from Olive and June. And we're going to be going in between here. Ugh. That's the beauty of going back in. Sometimes you go too much back in and then you have to go back over the other line again. Bleh. Back and forth isn't too bad, like in terms of the finished design, unless you do it too much, and then that part of the nail gets thicker. And you just have to get your top coat on there a little bit more generously to smooth it out. There we go. That's good. And then we're going to do the other starry star. Oh goodness, where should we put it on this nail? I'm thinking here, right? Sorry. Up here or down here? Up here, down here, up here, down here. I feel like here, but closer to the moon, so it's not quite as close to the top of the nail. I'm thinking. Love ya. Okay. And then across. Okay, that looks good. We're going to have a bigger dot star down here to keep things balanced. Thank you. Okay. So then let's add the dot stars. after I get the paint out of this brush. Okay, there we go. So, blah, blah, blah. Dot, dot, dot. Okay, so we want a bigger dot right here. Pow. And then some littler dots, right? We want a little dot. And another little dot. Really itty bitty teeny tiny. Right there. That's okay. And then another itty bitty dot right here. And then we need some up here too. So let's do one. Ooh, that's a good little one. Two. Over here. Three. One more. There. That's a good distribution, I feel like, between the two. And then the light colored stars. These ones are this one's gonna go right here. Pow. And then I want that one to be bigger. There we go. And then up here we need a little one. And then right here we need a little one. And then right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that looks good. I think we need one teeny tiny one right up here. Beautiful. Okay, so that color blends into the base color slightly more than on the other hand. I'm glad you're liking it. Thank my husband. He decided that he wanted, between the color options that I gave him, this blue color. So here we are. I was kind of leaning toward like a peachy mustard or terracotta kind of a vibe. But I also was leaning toward this, and between those options that I gave him, he said this. So I was like, I can't decide. You need to pick for me. There we go. Right, that's good. All right, let's do these two nails. You should paint your nails again if you liked it. It's very calming for me. I enjoy the process. It's very soothing. This nail that has, I have a ridge on this nail. You can see that in the reflection right there. Bam, there it is. The sucker. So we are going to do a real quick run over that part of the nail with another coat of polish, just to kind of help fill in. Is that the right color? No, it's not. This one is Brett. Get off of there. Let's get the right bottle then, shall we? This one. There we go. It's a good thing that's opaque enough it'll cover up that little whoops. And no one will be the wiser. There we go. By the time that has stars and top coat on it now, you won't be able to see that ridge. Yeah. Color therapy is nail polish as well. I've never gotten into makeup, but I know a lot of people enjoy like coming up with eye looks and blending colors and all of that stuff there too. Okay. So, I need to stretch my leg for a second. Ooh. Since I've been sitting in this chair for work, I have been sitting in this chair all day. And this knee is like, stretch me, woman. So, there we go. Okay. Nail number 1, nail number 2. Let's get these light colors on here first. I just realized that those are not the same color. I need this one only. Okay, so we're looking for stars. We want to orient them differently, but not so obsessively that we aren't balancing the hand. So I am going to put the biggest one here. That's pretty straight. The bottom needs to be slightly further that way though. Good job, Gloria. And then we're going to go this way. Yeah. Looking good. Gray undertones. Lovely. That sounds quite nice. Okay, so this color is OMG from Olive and June. And it is more sheer than some of the other ones that I was using today. It's still opaque in 2 coats, but I'm going to have to be slightly more careful when I'm doing like back and forth cleanup because it's slightly more sheer. So I got to make sure I actually am covering up the mistake fully. So I might have to come back and do a second little pass here in a minute if it looks lighter there still. Yeah, I don't think that's fully covered up on the one. So making it slightly thicker there will allow it to get covered fully. That's my cat playing with a toy mouse. If you hear that, squeak, 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 squeak. Don't be alarmed. She's just having a good time. Okay, so then we need the little lines. I'm going this way. Ooh, thank you for following. Sorry, my nail's bent like down here and you can't really see. Let's see if I can angle it a slightly different way that clues you in a little bit better. You know what? I am allergic to gel polish. When I first started painting my nails, long story, when I first started painting my nails, I did it solely for the practical purpose of covering up my free edge because I'm a speech therapist and I didn't want, like, even after I washed my hands, it wasn't like the most pristine thing. And if you're doing like a tactile cue on some kid's face, you want your nails and your hands to be nice, right? So I wanted just polish that would stay on as long as possible. And I didn't really care about the artistic element because I hadn't discovered it really that much. I mean, I've been watching nail art stuff because it was cool to watch, but I didn't I hadn't done it as a hobby. And then once I started painting my nails, I realized that the process of painting your nails is fun. And then I developed an allergy to gel polish. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to use regular polish then. And then the whole nail art thing became my hobby, my main hobby. So what am I looking for? Why did I come over here in my brain? I moved my head and I moved my nail so that I could do something. What was I doing? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember. I'll have to come back to it. Yes, for practical purposes, and then it became for fun. And since having longer nails, actually, now I used to not like my fingernails would be just like very barely longer than my nail bed, and if they went past the tip of my finger, like if there was more nail than skin here, it felt weird to me. It's a lot easier to keep dirt out from underneath longer nails because water can funnel in there when you're washing your hands a lot more easily than when it's short. Because when it's short, it's like pushed up against your skin. So I can go polish free now if I wanted to, and it would look fine, but I don't want to. So there you go. I love fall colors. They're my faves. Favorites. Okay. We're going to do our other star over here. That's pretty straight, but it's definitely not equally thick. There we go. That's okay. Let's make the sidebar slightly thicker. Exactly. I mean, I have 2,500-ish polishes. That's not an exaggeration. I still have fewer than Colette, though. So, there you go. I feel like this angle. This is not an angle that I would think about. No, I don't think so. She has more than 3,000, but she's been on a no-buy for a while. So it's somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000. At least last time she was talking about it, which was a couple of weeks ago. Okay, that's the wrong color. I need this one. Because we want this to be slightly thinner. Sorry that I'm out of frame. There. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's good. You can see the star there. Yeah. Yeah. About half what you were thinking. So when you think about it in those terms, she's practically frugal. Minimalist. Okay. We need the dotting tool. Actually, I don't know why I'm dipping that back in there. Because we are done with the brush for a second. And we need this little fella. Excuse me, let's get some more of this out. How many Holo Taco polishes are there now? I have one. I got the one coat black. And I have interest in getting some of the foily ones. Mint Money and Cold Shoulder. And the terracotta-y sort of coppery one from that collection. What's it called? Cash something. But I'm waiting for a sale. Because that's how you gotta do. And that's you make your money go further when you wait for sales. she said, saying things that everyone already knows. Okay. Then we need 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do one right there. A little baby right in the middle of the nail. That looks pretty good. I'm astonished by how much the lighter stars blend into this nail compared to, like, when you just look at these two nails, it looks like this one is slightly darker than this one. But then when you look at these two nails, the light stars show up so much more on this one than on this one, but it's okay. Yeah. Alright, so then we need the dark. Midnight. Dotting tool. And we're gonna go right there. And right there. And down in the corner. There we go. And then, decisions. I feel like I need one more. Let's put it over here. There he is. A little itty bitty guy. I don't know. I hope that the top coat makes those two colors more different, because a lot of times it will. But right now they are looking un poquito, just a little bit different. There's some of this polish hanging around. Okay, so now we need to do this nail in the middle. And we're going to get our brush first again. Ugh, every time I do that, I'm reminded of the documentary that I watched about the beginning of toxicology and modern forensic science when it comes to medical, like the coroner being a medical office instead of a political position, and how a whole bunch of ladies who used to paint watch faces in World War II got, no, World War I? I don't remember if it was World War I or World War II. They all got like horrific jaw and face cancer that like melted their face bones because they would lick the brushes that had the radium paint that made the glow in the dark numbers. They got all of these horrible bone tumors. Okay, sorry. Okay, so we're gonna do this down here. Well, that's pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Yes. Yes. There was also a part talking about leaded gasoline and like why unleaded is like the law now and whatever. Because people would go crazy from dealing with the lead in the manufacturing process for the gasoline. And like one guy who was accused of murdering his family or his girlfriend or something, and then it turned out that it was carbon monoxide poisoning, and the guy was able to prove it and like save the guy from going to jail. It's a super fascinating documentary. If you look up toxicology documentary. Yeah, that was what my first thought was, but then I second guessed myself. Because the guy's career was in, like, it follows him through his career, and it started earlier, obviously, and then went later. Okay. So we're gonna do one kind of up here, and then one kind of down here, is the thought. Let's get a little bit of polish off of there, make it a little bit thinner. And then commit. All right. Ooh, look at that nice thin line. I'm out of frame. I'm so sorry. Look at that nice thin line. Let me focus the focus a little bit. Focus-ier. Right there. So thin. Okay, so we're down here. There, that's good. Hey, you can see. I want it to be slightly thicker than that, though, to match the other stars. Okay. And then this goes a little bit wider. Yeah. Crazy stuff. That's why, people who are doing new technological things and they're like, oh, it's safe. Well, yeah, okay. The people back then thought that was safe too. You don't know necessarily what the long-term effects are going to be until you do it for a while, generationally. I'm not someone to like go boo to new technology and stuff, but some of the stuff you don't know. There is an element of risk. Okay, that looks good. On the up and down bits, I've got a little bit of a correction on this side post that I just accidentally bumped. There we go. That looks good. And then, yes, unknown toxins. I can't wait to be the first to eat that at the picnic. Hooray! Okay, so then we're going to do one right here. And across. Gotta make the noises, it makes it more fun. As Bob Ross would say. There we go. Taper that a little bit. I feel like that needs to be slightly taller. So I'm going to make it slightly taller. Let's go this way. And okay. That's pretty good. And then we're going to make it slightly thicker in the middle. And just a little bit. So that it feels more similar to this one on this nail. There we go. That's good. Okay. And the two stars in the middle. And then dots. We're almost done. I gotta do top coat, of course, but Okay. Oh, yeah. Don't say it ain't so. Okay, there we go. Ready, get some of the excess polish off by dotting it over here. And then we're gonna go dot, dot. Oh, I need a little bit more. I got rid of too much. There, that's better. And then we need one up here. And then we need 1, 2. Oh, come on, be round, please. That's my least favorite thing when I'm doing dotting. Sometimes there'll be like a little scooge that goes out to the side. I'm just gonna have to come back in with base color. Bleh. And then right there. And then I feel like this one needs to be a little bit less. There we go. A little bit less unround. And then we'll do another one over here. Okay. Then we come in with dark. After we do the base. There we go. Let's see if we can angle that just a tiny bit more. So you can see while I'm painting. Let's do a clean up real quick over here. Sorry about that. You know what? It's still too wet, so I'm gonna have to come back after do the dark dots. That's okay though. The dark dots. That sounds like a band name. Okay. Get out of there, hair. And we're gonna do 1. And then 2. Remembering that rule about constellation shapes. Let's make a teeny tiny one here. Teeny tiny. And then over, decisions. Let's do one here. And then we'll do a bigger one up here. Okay, I need to fix that blob, but it's not dry enough for me to do that yet. You see that big fat star there? Night night, Sparkly. Sleep tight. Don't let the Betty Buggies bite. And if they do, hit them with a shoe until they're black and blue, as my mom said when we were kids. Okay. Assessing. Looks like I have a slightly too thick line here, where I corrected it, but then there was a little bit of a fork. That didn't smooth out fully. Oh, sorry. I gotta make sure that it blends okay. There. That's good. And then let's fix that one. It looks like it's dry enough now. I get a little bit of Brett. Zoya Brett. And we're going to come around. I want the dot to be on this side. So we are going to make the dot on that side. Sorry, I gotta get the angle right so that I don't bump into the star on the other side of it. There we go. Nice and round. Happy, happy. Happy, happy. Overall, I think I like this color combination with a slightly darker blue, like I said, better than this one. But they're doing good. And if I switched it out, I would feel like I would have to switch out all of the nails on that hand to make them match. And I don't want to do that, so I'm not gonna. Let's get some top coat. But first, let's close all our polishes so that we don't accidentally knock into them and make a big old mess. Because I can do that sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 happy little bluish purpley colors. Lovely. Okay, top coat. Which top coat do I want to use? Maybe peach beach? Maybe, let's see, where is it? This one? Where did it go? Oh, it's down here. That's why. Here it is, Peach Beach. Vibrant vinyls, fast and hard. Thank you. I've got some different scented top coats. Vibrant vinyls makes a whole bunch of different scents. I have like a wild moss and mint one that I enjoy. Sage and citrus. This one is Peach Beach. It was a limited edition scent from Polish Pickup that they brought back for like the fan favorites month. And I got some backups because I really liked it. We are gonna go around the edges of those 2 nails before we do the next few and get some of the excess top coat out from around the nail so that it doesn't dry in there. I'm not gonna do cleanup with a brush and some acetone because I already did that with the colored polish, and the top coat that's on my skin will wash off later when I'm in the shower. And it's clear, so it doesn't look ugly. It might even come off when I wash my hands after my polish is dry, if I go at it with a nail brush. Okay, there's those 2 plain nails. Yes, make sure to stay stocked. That's right. It's a nice smell. It's peach and I think papaya was the other scent in the mix. I don't remember. It's very fruity. It's nice. I really like the sage and citrus too. I need to refill my bottle. I got a big refill bottle of that. If they had sold a big refill bottle of the Peach Beach, I would have done that instead of buying individual little bottles, but it wasn't an option. Look at how glossy. Oh, look at it. Yeah. And then nail number 3. Floating it across, and don't. Oh no, there's a tiny little bit of dark polish right there. That I think was on my. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. There's a little tiny bit of smearing on that one dot. I think I pushed with too small of a bead of top coat. So I'm actually going to just do a quick little dab right there. A little bit more top coat so it will self-level and fill in the spot where I just kind of swiped in to make sure I swiped away that little black, well, dark blue, I guess, line. If the base color was still wet, the other blue underneath, that would have been harder to fix. But look, you can't see the little smear anymore. And it's quick dry, which means that these nails will be safe to bump against things in about 10 to 15 minutes instead of several hours. Okay, we need a slightly thicker little bead on the end of the brush here so that we don't smear it again like that. Lead with the blob and float the bristles so that we don't have another little panicky moment. There, that's good. It's okay. There's always going to be a moment or two like that in the course of a manicure because people are people and I am a people and people make mistakes. Make sure we're getting all of that polish out. There we go, that's good. There you can see the whole hand together, looking good. Let's there we go. Thank you for the follow. I missed the name. I'm sorry. My camera option was right in front of there. Feeling like a night sky. Thank you. I'm assuming that you're the one that followed. How do you say that? Wixifi 1217 2. Hey, my birthday is December 17th. 1217 makes me think of that. Okay. Wolfie, gotcha. Okay. Okay, so now that's going to happen to this, and it's going to be equally glossy and smooth. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's make sure that this is going to be in frame. Oh, it is! I have a birthday twin. I actually already have a birthday twin because I have an actual twin who has the same birthday as me, but another one. Okay. I also have a friend who got married on my birthday. So she always remembers my birthday and I always remember her anniversary. Ugh, too much top coat. Get out of there. I'm just using the end of this old metal nail file that I don't use for filing my nails because metal nail files leave the edge of your nail kind of raggedy. I prefer glass nail files by a long shot, but I like these for going around the edge of the nail and making sure that there isn't any polish stuck. I call it my cuticle scoop, even though that's not at all what it was designed to be. But that's what I use it for. So that's what I call it. Eric, nice to meet you. I am Gloria. If you don't want to call me that, you can call me Musigal, because that's my channel name. That's okay too. And then elsewhere, I am Musigal Glow, like on Instagram, if you want to see more of my finished nail art. At Musigal, like it's spelled here, and then GLO, which is short for Gloria. Okay. That is going to need a little hangnail snip. There's a little dead piece of skin trying to hang out there. But that's okay. It's okay for now. It's not going to mess with my top coat, so we can ignore it for now. Horrid imagery. What? I think I missed something. Did I say something that was horrid imagery? Oh, cuticle scoop. Okay. So I can understand what you're saying. That, yeah. Well, because I scoop along the edge of the cuticle. I'm not scooping the cuticle itself. Although the skin around your nail is actually called the proximal nail fold, and then the eponychium, I think, and the hyponychium is underneath. Or it might be vice versa. I always get those two flippy-floppied. The cuticle is actually just the dead little bits of dry skin that are stuck to the nail plate as it grows out. So if I were to scoop that, it wouldn't actually hurt me, because it's just the little dry flakies that need to come off anyway. So this is the nail that I painted most recently. I'm going to go over it very, very lightly. I'm not going to touch my nail to the brush to the nail. I'm going to hover so that I do not smear anything. There we go. I got a bubble right there. Get out of there, bubble. There we go. Good. Thank you, Colette. Here's the other hand. I'm not. I normally probably would, but my matte top coat that I normally use and love needs to be refilled, and I went to go refill it, and my refill bottle was dried up. Apparently I hadn't closed it quite tight enough. So I added nail polish thinner, as you do, and I ran out of nail polish thinner, and it's still too thick. So I'm gonna have to go get more nail polish thinner and finish thinning it out. But I might buff them matte, like tomorrow after they're like fully dry. I haven't decided yet. We shall see. So my only beef with these is that on this nail, the lighter color of the stars blends in a lot more to the base color. I haven't top coated it yet. I'm hoping that it will help it to, you know, like sometimes happens. But we shall see. Actually, right now, because I'm about to put top coat on it. I don't know if like, you can see half of my head. Let's see. Can you see me now? There we go. That's better. I'm like slouching sideways in my chair all wonky because I have my legs stretched out to the side. Okay. You can see them if you try to see them. And like I said, if I changed the ones on this nail, I would change the ones on these nails as well. And that's kind of not worth it. That's okay though. Like, it's still cute. The arrangement of the dark stars by themselves is still cute. And unless you look at the other hand at the exact same moment that you look at this one, probably won't know. And I can see them. And if the manicure is just about me going, ooh, I like that, then there you go. The color is, it's just a tiny bit more saturated and less dusky, those two. So that's OPI, You Sing, Dance, Act, and Produce. That's the slightly brighter one. And the slightly more dusky one is Olive and June CNH. All right, last nail. Top coat. Okay. That looks pretty good too. There's one little place on this star that's not quite straight, and one little place on this star that's not quite straight, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who's ever going to notice that. And of course it bugs me a little bit, but not enough to like be mad. I'm just going around the edges real quick here. Okay, let's zoom you in on this nail and see if you guys can see the difference in the two colors. Speaking of being ambidextrous, here I am using my trackpad with my left hand. Okay. Click and drag. Whoops, I didn't even click. Try again. Okay, and then let's bring the light in so that you can see it better. Can you see the little stars? There's one right here next to this dark star. There's one up here next to this dark star. There's one, a little teeny tiny one right there. It blends in pretty much all the way. But like I said, the nail itself is still cute, even if you don't see them. And there's the other side. Watch out. trying to angle the angle. There we go. So you can see all three at once. Ta-da! Okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They're there, and I know they're there, and that's okay. That's okay. All right, I'm gonna go. I need to go to bed, so I will see you guys later. Have a lovely evening. Thank you for follows, and I will hopefully stream again. Maybe not this Friday, because I'm doing these now. It might be next Friday, but Anyway, if I see you, I see you. Good night.